Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So a lot of you that follow along on our channel, excuse me, you know that we added this extension to the shop. It's like 20 by 60, I think it is. We're actually doing the same thing on the other side of the shop real soon. And you could actually still see the holes from the light outside coming in. So we'll be insulating and putting new lights and all that stuff in there. We have some temporary lights right now. And I want to thank Ron for helping us with all the walls and the trusses and all that stuff. We did this stuff all in like one day, just blasted it together. It was awesome. Couldn't have done it without him. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. Love you, brother. But we're doing a custom Harley right now, and I have it up on the lift. Sorry about the crap camera work. And we're gonna be tearing this thing apart, getting it sanded, getting it painted, put back together, getting it gone. I want it out of here. The new handlebars showed up. A bunch of other stuff showed up for the bike. So we're gonna get the tanks. I got the side covers off already. The bags are off. We're gonna get the fenders, front and rear fender and the tank off. Kind of categorize everything, put it in plastic bags, mark everything where it goes, all your nuts and bolts and fasteners and all that stuff. And and we have other bike projects too that we're gonna be doing real soon. And as I'm going along, putting the stuff on the stands, setting up the paint booth and all that, stepping on stuff, I'll go ahead and film some more as I'm doing that. Maybe I'll film some more when I'm, taking these parts off or whatever, but I don't know. I don't want to bore you guys with this stuff, but we'll see what happens. So this is the lumber and stuff for the motorcycle shop in here that we're gonna be building. And Pachuco's stuff is sitting over here, and we have stuff piled all over the place just because we just moved everything in here real quick. And I need to get stuff like this cherry picker out of here. And then we have my other welding table and stuff in here. A lot of this stuff, my metal shaping stuff, it's got to come out of here. And we'll get this all cleaned up. We'll probably do something on the floors like epoxy or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll be doing the insulation real soon. And then we're going to put a false ceiling in here, or a drop ceiling where it matches the trusses right at the bottom of the trusses. And we'll be doing insulation and lights and electrical and all that crap. But just giving you guys a heads up, kind of like a shop update or whatever. And then this bike here, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with it. I think we're just gonna hang it from the rafters, or I was even thinking about just, I don't know, putting up on the wall of the shop or something, who knows. But the main thing is trying to get this one done, because I'm gonna be priming the parts for this one. So at the same time, I wanna get the inside of the bed of the unibody primered so it can go to another shop so it can get a complete wiring harness. And I wanna get the unibody done. That's one of our last customer builds, and it'd be nice to see it get out of here. Lots of stuff to do, a lot of cleanup, and just, it's just overwhelming right now, But anyways, I'm gonna probably get the stands in here, and then when I start pulling the tanks and stuff off, I'll film some more, see what happens. All right, it's a couple days later. I'm gonna put a stud on here so that I could use that hole right there in the fender and drop the fender over the top. And then I'll weld another bracket here with a stud so I could bolt this fender on, so when I'm wet sanding this, it's not bobbing all over the place. This was made for another Harley Davidson tank, but I flipped this one around and this fits here. So I'll go ahead and bolt it there. But I'm also I gotta drain this tank first. There's still a little bit of gas in there. I just leaked it all over. I don't wanna, when I go to grind and weld, I don't wanna have sparks catching something on fire, so I gotta be careful. But I'm gonna cut this here, and I'll put a stud coming up through there, down here though, so it'll drop this tank down so it's nice and level for me. And I still gotta pull the cap off and then pull the fuel pump and everything out of the tank. The brackets, anything, bolt holders, pull all the junk out there. I got the petcock here that I need to pull off. And then I have this one that I think I'm gonna do the front fender on this one. So I gotta mod this. And then I have the rear bags. I'll put one bag here on this sawhorse, so I'll make a jig for that. And then I have your side covers that'll go on here, but I have a little bit of fiberglass work to do on those. On those side covers, so actually I gotta do these too. They have this chrome piece on the top of the bags. These are fiberglass, so I'm gonna re-fiberglass these holes here, clean them up, do some body work, make them look nice, get rid of those, so he doesn't have these guards on here. My stomach's growling. But this here, these got to be pulled off. So I'll just pull them out. Damn it, that's sharp. I'll pull these off and then fiberglass those holes there. And then these side covers, they have these little clip deals right here. And there's 3 of them on each one. And I'll set it up so that I could just clip those right into the jig that I'm welding up right now after I do the bodywork and stuff on those. And then that way when I'm going to paint this stuff, it'll make it really nice. And I'll put it inside the body shop and you know, set it up where when I'm painting, it's like this, and it's not laying on a table so that you miss a bunch of spots and you can't get up underneath the stuff and you're not grabbing stuff to flip it over and whatever. Obviously I gotta clean the grass and junk out of here, blow these off, clean them up really nice, spray them down so there's no dust and junk in there, and all the crevices, like the holes and stuff, they've been sitting outside. I've had these for years. I use them for tons and tons of motorcycle paint jobs. They work really good. But that's what I'm working on today. So I got the tank mount finished. It's all done, and I put one of the bolts at an angle so I could take the tank off really easy. This one right here, I have a mount here, and then I have a mount here that comes out where I'll put a nut on there and here. And then I had to put, you couldn't take it off the, you know, once you had it on there, I welded the pieces on here, you can't take them off. So I did this here. I split it so you can put a nut on this. And then like I said, right here, that way, you know, I could use it for other fenders and stuff too, so easy fix. So this is a stand that I built a while back, and this was for like a Harley Davidson gas tank, another style like a Sportster or something like that. And every time I change them around, I'll put covers so that when I'm in the paint booth or in the body shop, I know that that means for these covers here, and it's quick and easy. And then I welded, you know, washers on here, and this is just like 1/2 inch or 3/8 flat strap with another washer here, and these tabs here drop into those. I'm gonna pop them in like that. I don't want to let go of them because they will come out. And then right here, I take clips. I could put the Harley clips on there. They're like these real hard rubber deals that pop on there, or I take small zip ties and zip tie those on there. That way when I'm priming and painting these parts, they stay right there and they're not face level, but chest level, you know, and when you're painting, you can get underneath here real easy. Makes it really nice. And you can wet sand these and buff them on here and everything else. So that one's done. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I always put covers, or I write on each one so that when I'm walking around inside the shop and I have to take those off and on 100 times or whatever, I know which one to put it back on, because sometimes it gets confusing because we'll do 2 or 3 bikes at a time. So I got all the stands done over there, all the stands done over there for the bags and the tanks and everything. And I'm just going through, I hit it with the DA real quick, and then I'm running some 400 grit paper on here. And all these shiny spots, I'm just hitting those, getting all up in these edges, using the sandpaper with my fingers and whatever. And then the other thing I did this morning, I put some, oh crap, what's it called? Short strand fiberglass on the back of these bags where those tiny holes were. And then I have, you can kind of see through the black spot there. That's the little holes. And then what I did is, let me see if I can peel this back so I can show you. So I put tape on here so that it sticks to the tape and doesn't pop through. But then this is, I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera. Yeah, there you go. Right here, this is dished down a little bit. I took my die grinder, because it's fiberglass, and just kind of worked it a little bit. So it's got a little dish in there. And then that will give it, instead of having just a hole with fiberglass in it, it'll fiberglass all the way around here, and then it'll lock into this. And I'll scratch this up one more time before I fiberglass this top piece. And then that way, when I block sand this, you won't even be able to tell it ever happened. You know, it'll be nice and smooth and clean, and you won't have any problems with it popping out. But these had those chrome pieces on there, and he didn't want them on there, so I took them out. So that's all finished up. Just got to fiberglass the top part. And trying to get these bags sanded, and then everything degreased with soap and water, and then also wax and grease remover. Got to sand this bag and the rear fender, but all my mounts are done. I taped this here because I kept losing my hardware, but this is for the bags. And this is that stand that I made for the bags, the rear saddle bags. And then I have the front fender, and then the tank and all the other stuff set up here. The side covers, and then the tops for the bags, and then the front fender and whatever. And then the gas tank, I gotta pull the gas caps off and little things like that, and the petcock. and then get that sanded. And then everybody, sorry about that. Everything should be ready for primer. And then I'll let it sit for a couple days. And then that way I can start block sanding everything and making it look nice, getting it perfect before I start putting color on this thing. Or sealer, I'll have to put sealer primer on it first. But I'll kind of film some more as I'm going. So I got this all set up with the bolts on there. Use real small metric bolts, that way when I'm spraying this, you know, there's not a bunch of stuff on here that's gonna show. It's got plenty of coverage, but this whole piece is covered by a chrome piece, so I'm not really worried about it. But those worked out good. Something that I could wet sand on and whatever, and got the other stuff on the stands. And then this, these side covers, I was hoping to be able to have these ready today to put primer on them, but after I put the fiberglass filler on here on the backside, which that'll be sanded and cleaned up, and then I'll paint this black on the inside. And then, you know, you can still feel a little bit of body work on there. I was hoping that I'd be able to knock this down and clean it up and put some primer on it, and it'd be pretty close, but I'll have to, this is the short strand, like kitty hair fiberglass, and then I'll put body filler over the top of it. These are plastic. And then on the lids for the bags, same thing. You know, there's some low spots, and these are fiberglass. Sorry about that, crappy camera work. So fiberglass and plastic, so I'm gonna have to work on these. I was really hoping to have these in primer today, but it's not gonna happen. I'll have to put some body filler on these, let them dry. You know, I'll let them dry overnight while this stuff that I put in primer, you know, sits for a couple days or whatever, and then we'll go from there. So I just sanded all the Harley Davidson sticker off the side, and then it had that pinstripe around the front right here on the tank. Got the fenders and bags and everything all done, ready for primer. And I got like these shiny spots right here. I'll have to hit those so the paint sticks to them. Spots like this and spots like this right here. But I'm gonna cut this video short, call this video good for now, and then when I start spraying primer or paint, I'll probably film some more. Appreciate you guys watching. See you on the next video. Later.